In a world of smoking stories where the good times flow, there's a podcast rolling, putting on a show. The three amigos gathered, mic in hand, you see. The Cigar Loons are calling, wild and fancy free. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. From humble beginnings, just a thought, a spark. Now they're lighting up the airwaves, leaving their mark. They talk of life and laughter and the cigars they hold dear, dispelling all the worries, banishing all fear. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. Through debates and discussions, they always find a way to make you feel at home at the close of every day. With tales from their adventures and insights sharp and keen, the Cigar Loons are truly quite the listening scene. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. So light up your stogie, settle in and hear. The Cigar Loons are talking, bringing joy to your ear. Guys Grumpy and Matthew, a perfect smoky blend. Tune into the Loons until the very end.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome of course, to the Cigar Loons Podcast, live from England and America. And I'm just joined by Grumpy tonight, the resident conspiracy theorist, sitting there down in the old panhandle, enjoying his cigar and sitting and wondering what rabbit hole we can go down and what bullshit we can start tonight. But yeah, I'm joined by Grumpy. So much love to you, my brother.
That won't be hard. It
won't
be hard.
I'm joined by two of my friends here from England, and I'm joined, of course, by Darren, who goes under his Daz, and of course by Paul. And welcome to the show, guys. And it's nice to see you after a long time. It's been a good couple of months, hasn't it, since I last seen the both of you. It's been crazy, it has. But welcome, of course, to the show. And going to be sitting down tonight, everyone, and we're going to be talking cigars. We're going to be talking what the guys have been up to because they've been busy with different things, and just have a great chat as men should have, because as we know, there's a lot that's going on in the world, and we don't get time to sit and have a cigar, have a drink, and just have a manly chat, because we're either busy with families, we're either busy with our wives, or we're doing stuff with our children, or different things, or we're busy at work, and we don't get that chance till the weekend, and then if we want to get with friends at the weekend, they're probably busy with their family, so it's nice to just settle down tonight and have that chat. But Grump, go with you, and then I'll get down to that and everything. What are you smoking tonight, brother? What have you pulled out the old humidor tonight and smoking?
Well, let me see, sure. This is a first time adventure. This is Fugazi, and they have this series and it just says it's Cigar of the Year series, and it says compare to, and it has a brand name cigar on it. Well, I just got these, and there was 8 of them.
Mm.
Well, this is the only one that I've ever smoked the brand name before. You know, it's supposed to be compared to the EP Carrillo Encore. Okay, well, I've had that cigar, so I can compare this and
black,
figure it out. Yeah. But all the others I've never had before, so I figured it only makes sense, you know, smoke something that I may know more about, may not, but at least I've had one.
Yeah.
I hadn't had one of them others, so I just
What's
enjoy them and say, yeah, okay, that was a good cigar. Won't know any different.
You've gone with something. Yeah, well, you've gone with something that you kind of know. It's like I've gone with, of course, the Christoph,
pretty much. I know what it.
I pretty much know. And
everything,
and this is the thing.
I know what it's supposed to taste like.
Yeah, you get them where you know what they're supposed to taste like, but you never know, do you? So, Daz,
Well,
what have you pulled out tonight, brother? And what are you smoking on the show?
Yeah,
so I've got Winston Churchill. So I really, the last time I came on, which, you know, time goes so fast, didn't really know anything about cigars. Still certainly don't know a lot. Learned a lot from you guys last time I was on. But really, I've really enjoyed these since probably since we last met on here. And I've got them a few times. Ellie's been away. She's brought me a couple back when went down Manchester, got a couple from there. So they're not it's not too strong. It doesn't blow my head off. Really, like, quite mild, but really nice. Really enjoy it. Yeah. And as you said, Gaz, it pairs nice with this whiskey, which it certainly does.
Yeah, and of course you can see what you're drinking. So Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, Buffalo Trace.
We can mention that on the podcast. We can say what we're drinking. We just can't talk prices, because if we talk prices, we get bananaed.
Yeah.
We don't talk prices on here.
Ain't talk about how much stuff costs.
Yeah. But Paul, of course, welcome, brother.
Yeah.
I can see you sitting there, and it's nice to see you on the show. So, what have you been up to, brother, and since the last time I saw you? Because last time I saw you, I believe we were at the pub in Barleston. That's how long ago it is. That's
so that was a bit ago.
Kind of time. Yeah, it is a bit of time ago.
Yeah.
It is. But what have you been up to?
You probably had hair then.
Yeah, mostly busy with the business. Busy with business, family time, and cutting trees down as well. That was an interesting game.
Yeah.
I can imagine. It's
11.5 acres of woodland and field, so we've been busy with the contractors on that.
Good. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, Paul looks after a lovely piece of land up in Audley, which is not too far away. You know Audley, Gaz, and it's beautiful, beautiful space, isn't it, Paul? But really, you know, a lot of work as well.
I can imagine. I know Em keeps saying to me all the time, she goes, "Oh, we'll have to go up Audley, we'll have to go with you, we'll have to go there." And I haven't been up Audley for years. And of course, my lady, Paul, Emily, she knows you. And as soon as I said to her, and she saw the picture, she goes, "I know Paul." Jeez, that's a small world. She goes, "I know him." Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, we went up to we went up to Kiel. And I haven't been up Kiel for donkeys. And I sent the pictures to Grumpy. What a gorgeous walk that was around Kiel. And we took my time because, as you know, me on my walking stick and stuff.
Yeah.
I've been up there for years and I absolutely loved it. And this is the thing, you know something? When Grumpy's out and you see where Grumpy's sitting and situating, you got them fields around him, the big massive hay bales. You can tell this countryside there. And a lot of people look at Stoke and they'll go, "There ain't no countryside in Stoke. Go and have a walk and go on yonder, because you're going to go find some countryside, some really nice areas. So go out and have a look, and it's just crazy, and especially where he is. It's like just crazy with where he is." Did say, Grump, I will come out and visit soon, and I will get out there. But yeah, so of course, what have you guys been up to? Because I know from the last time I was in the group with you guys, and of course I was talking to yourselves and talking to Luce and everything. I know that you've been doing a lot of work and cleaning up some certain sites, of course, doing a little bit of work there, trying to do work on one of the houses there, of course, one of the scout huts, I think it was, if I can remember. So what else have you been up to? Because I know you've been meeting up, you've been doing these different things. So just kind of tell people, Daz and Paul, that just learning about you guys, because we have a lot of people in England, a lot of people in Stoke-on-Trent that are watching, and so forth over. Just give people a different glimpse of what it's about and what you get up to, because a lot of people don't really know. And it'd be nice for them to hear as well what you've been up to and doing. It will.
So since we were last on, Gaz, myself, Louis and Brett, my brother, we set up a non-profit. We realised that a lot of the work that was happening with men, if we could get in there a little bit earlier with boys, we could hopefully avoid some of the pitfalls that men fall into. So we started running positive masculinity workshops in schools last January. They've gone from strength to strength. We've got us in a few different schools. It's not like, it's not like wokey. It's about being a good man. What do those lads see as a good man?
Yep.
It's important that it comes from them. I think there's a lot of I know there's a lot of like going in and preaching at them. Oh, you need to talk to them about drugs. You need to talk to them about porn. We need to talk to them about this, that, the other. Tell them like what they shouldn't be doing and what they should be doing, rather than like actually going in and listening. Like some of the schools will get us in, they're listening to influencers online who we don't like, or they're doing this. And the approach that we take is, well, have you actually listened to them rather than talking at them? We're not going to come in and stop anybody doing anything. We're going to come in and listen. So one of the exercises, what we do is we get them to write down 5 things what they see as a good man. It's important that it's what they see as a good man, not Darren's version of a good man, Paul, Lewis's, Gaz's. It's their version of a good man. Sometimes that comes from dad, sometimes granddad, sometimes somebody online. We've even had one session where the lad wrote down five traits that he saw as a good man, and we asked after where they've got that from, and he said that's everything that my dad isn't. So he wanted his version of a good man was the opposite of the role model. We'd say that with a pinch of salt that he was given. We're very very passionate about role models, where you get those role models from, or in the community, and just listening to these guys, I think, is so important. Not the more me and Luce are talking, the less effective the workshop. The idea is that these guys speak a lot more than we speak. We've done a couple of workshops outside the classroom with guys who were involved with the criminal justice. So they're at a position where potentially it could go this way or this way. That's more interactive, more sort of exercise based, more team building based. And then we've just sort of got the go ahead on a first prison workshop. So we'll be going into the first prison probably next month and running a pilot workshop in there.
That's cool.
And it's going amazing. A couple of projects that we've started haven't worked. The men's projects, the boys' projects are going really well. Sometimes you set these things up for men and they're not very well attended. I think the reason that Cigars and Stories is always attended is you're just sitting around the fire smoking a cigar, man, and it's like who can not enjoy that? But we started an online project for men. It wasn't very well attended, so we had to go back to the funder about that and look at changing it. But a lot of amazing stuff in the pipeline, a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that could have gone differently, but all learning, man, all learning. It's exciting. It's really exciting. It's one of the mums of these lads rang up a school in Newcastle that we worked with, and she said this is the best work that my son has done in his entire schooling. So that just kind of told us that we're on the right path, and we need to probably double down on the boys' work for the time being, and maybe jump into the men's work at a bit of a later date.
I think, as we know, and we've seen it, haven't we, with the looks of HSS Tiki Toki or whatever his name is, and these different ones that have, oh, this is how you should treat a woman. This is how a man should be. And of course, we just know there's Louis Theroux just done that big, massive documentary on it, and we've seen that. I think a lot of the times it's easy for someone to pick up and go, this is how a man should be. And I think with what you're doing, does by going in and doing that and giving them that option of saying, right, so 5 roles you want to see in a man, and been talking to you, it's different to see that than someone on social media, because they can go and believe this person on social media. This is the best thing since sliced bread. They've got all this money, all this, and this is the way you are. I think what that does then is leads lads going down the wrong path. And I've had this conversation with, of course, Lucas. And you remember Lucas, Daz, when he was a baby. Basically, that it was. Here's Matthew. You sitting there by candlelight, brother? Thank you for being here. But what happened to the beard? Fuck me, did you get the old lawnmower on it and chop it off? Fuck me.
Oh.
What the fuck's happened to that beard? Dang.
You better put some lotion on that. That looks severe.
Geez. But no, I had to have
That
a
stuff
conversation
done
with
fell out.
Lucas. Some of these people that he's watching online, don't go watching them, son. I understand I'm only there now and again to see you, but that's things that are going on with your mum and stuff. I said, but you can only ring me and talk to me, so I'll try and guide you. Yeah, well, my granddad says this, and I'm like, yeah, but your granddad's seen the world from a different eye. He's done things that he's not proud of. I've done things that I'm not proud of. But if your granddad can steer you the right way and I can steer you the right way, and we're both on that same hymn sheet, then fine. But if your granddad's making you go one way and I'm making you go one way, we could lead you off the wrong way. You need to be on central path, going down the right way. And I don't know. I don't know if it's this whole social media thing of, do you watch that more than talking to the dad, talking to their uncle, talking to the grandfather, or someone going into school like you do, Daz, and talking to him? And it's a case of, hey, we don't know fuck all, you don't know. I know what's going on.
Well,
and I just don't know. Go on, Grub.
I think it's trying to come in the middle, guys, is kind of how we see what we're doing. You see, the stuff like you say on the manosphere, as they call it, on social media, and then on the other end of the spectrum, you've got groups going in schools. Let's go in and talk to them about misogyny. That, just that word in itself will never land with a fucking teenage lads. Like misogyny, toxic masculinity, all these like buzzwords that they use. We're all teenagers here. It was a while ago, but I can remember it. And I can remember if somebody came in the school and talked to me about misogyny, I couldn't give a shit. You're quite selfish as a teenager. And you're quite self-centered and thinking about you. You're not really at a point where you've got empathy and stuff for others. So you've got to come in at an angle that this is about them. And the cool man, the good man treats women well. It's the good guy that looks after people, who's the protector, and come in at that angle that like this is about them, not about the girls, because they already feel that girls are treated fairer than they are, whether that's true or whether that's just what they feel. But that is how they feel, because that's the resounding message that we get from all of them. We do a strongly agree, strongly disagree, and one of the things, strongly agree over this side, strongly disagree over there. Girls are treated fairer than boys. It's the only question or statement that we've made that's been strongly agree every single time, that they think that girls are treated fairer than boys, every single one of them. And whether that's true or whether that's just the fact that that's what they think, because they think that, oh, you know, a girl asks if she can go to the toilet and she's allowed to go. They aren't allowed to go. The bottom line is we've got to listen to that, because that's how they feel.
Yeah.
Well,
I've seen some of that, and I've heard some of that from different people. But one Grump, say what you're going to say, bro.
yeah, I was just gonna say that. I mean, the thing that I see with this is when you started off, you said when you guys go in, you listen to them. You know, you hear what they have to say, and if you listen to people, they'll tell you what the problem is. You know, if you just listen to them, just let them talk. They'll tell you what the problem is, and you know, it's like you said, it's like by the time you guys are getting them and trying to turn them around, they've already been programmed. You know, from the time they come into this world, everything that they've seen, everything they've been exposed to, everything they've heard has been programmed to more or less demasculine, you know, there's the way to say that, but it's knocking down the man's masculinity, you know, and then some of them are taking it to the opposite extreme, you know, thinking that they got to have, you know, women under their thumb, and there's not, you know, you guys are getting them at a good age, and you know, that's preventing a lot of problems, but you're still having a battle because you know, by the time you get them, they've still had a dose of it anyway. But man, it's a great thing though to be able to turn them around at a younger age and get them to see what's really going on. That's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you. It is, Gumpy. It's a privilege to be there, and for, you know, to have that space with them. You know, we're not squeaky clean. We're not we like Gaz said, everyone, you know, on this call, we've all made mistakes, we've all done things, and I think it's important it's important to show them that as well, and tell them that, because you're either expected to be this perfect man who doesn't make any mistakes and it's bullshit, you know. Nobody, like people, the media celebrate like when a man falls, and nobody who's doing that celebrating hasn't made any mistakes themselves, like, and it's important to show that you've got these traits as a good man, but you're not always going to do those things. You're not always going to be kind if you've got kind on your list. You're not always going to be trustworthy. You're not always going to be disciplined. You're gonna fall, and it's just important to recognize that. But if you've got that baseline, you can at least aim for that, like the majority of the time.
Yeah.
It's great, but I know someone who's made a big massive fuck up, and that's Matthew. I tell you one thing, bro, I can't get used to you with that beard. I tell you fucking what, Jesus Christ, bro.
What's up, Andrew?
It's like having your younger brother on. What the fuck?
That's gonna change.
But what you smoking anyway tonight, Matthew? What have you got on the go? Matthew, is your mic down or is it up?
It looks like it's on. Don't show it being off. Is your microphone down? Is your little microphone down off your ear so you can talk?
You're really quiet, Matthew. You're really quiet, bro.
Hello?
Yeah, man. There you go.
You're as quiet as a mouse. You're as quiet as a mouse. Oh.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, DA, we can't believe he shaved either, man. And he didn't tell us. He's playing a little bit of Shock the Monkey there. Yeah. He's playing a little bit of that. Shock the monkey, man.
Jeez. Daz and Paul, how to shock the monkey? Peter Gabriel or Ozzy Osbourne's version of Shock the Monkey? Which one? Which one would you say?
Unfair question.
It is, but come on, seriously.
More
side of things, man. So I'll go for Ozzy Osbourne on my side of it.
And of course,
I gotta admit, Ozzy did do a great version of it, but Peter Gabriel, when I heard his version, the original version, I was like, wow, okay, that's something different. All different music. But go on, Matthew. Let's see if your sound's working now, brother. And what are you smoking tonight? And he's froze.
You think it's the beard affecting it, or lack of?
But I don't think he's paid the hamster, Paul. I don't think he's paid the hamster. I think the hamster stopped working.
You didn't like drop them trimmings in your phone or nothing, did you?
Yeah, it looks like he's coming back. So let's see. So let's
jam
knock
things up.
that camera. Let's knock that camera off and see if his other camera's working. Which, there we go. He should be back. Let's see.
Yep, there he is down there in the dark corner.
And we still can't hear you.
I can see you flailing though.
We do apologise for Matthew's technical issues. He's had a big, massive thunderstorm there over in Cleveland, and it's knocked all the electric out and knocked the internet out. So, of course, Matthew's using his phone and
twice flickering.
Having some issues at the moment. But Paul, of course, with the line of work that you do, Paul, have you seen there's more crime towards women with how some men are, or do you reckon it's a clear balance of both? Because as we know, there's been a lot in the paper of the rise in crime of women towards men and also men towards women. And then we've heard, of course, different things that have happened to staff in the services. I'm not going to say what line of work you do, because that's private. But have you seen that in the kind of work that you do, or do you reckon it's neutral all around?
I think it's becoming more of a neutral level, to be honest with you. Although there's not a lot I see when we're out and about doing what we do with regards to violence against women or men as such. Because some of the work we've been doing of the late night as well, and it does for the night economy seems to be a quite equal across the board, to be honest. I had 20 years on the door, so I saw a lot of variation on that side as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Doors are a different story. I've told Grumpy and Matthew when I was working on him, and I was working ST1, 007, Liquid, Jumping Jacks, Bar 360, the stuff that I saw was a hell of a lot different to some of the stuff I'm seeing now. And some of these bouncers that are on the doors now, they are looking for a fight. It's not about de-escalation and saying, come on, you've had enough tonight. Why didn't you come back tomorrow, mate? We'll see you tomorrow and I'll buy you a drink. Normally when you say that, yeah, okay, and they leave. No violence. Now it's a case of, what did you say? Right, okay, wallop. And they whack them. Mm-hmm. It's like, seriously, it's just crazy now. But as we know in Stoke, in Newcastle and around, there ain't no nightlife. It's dead. If you want to go for nightlife, you're looking Stone, Stafford, Manchester, Liverpool, go up to Glasgow, them kind of areas, Birmingham. That's where you're going to get stuff, or down in London. And I can't believe the change in Stoke with that nightlife. How it's just gone. Just crazy compared to what we had. It is.
I was going to say a lot around our area. It's really, really plummeted. Same as you say, you go to a lot go to the bigger cities for the bigger venues, etc. On there. But you look at the pub trade in general, how that's they struggle. The amount of ones that are going down and suddenly being converted into flats, etc.
It's
Try it one more
it's a
time.
crazy thing what we're seeing. Well, hey, we can hear you.
Can you?
I heard that.
It's a bloody miracle.
All right.
Not like your beard.
So yeah, I could hear you through all that. Don't worry. I am smoking a My Father the Judge tonight.
Hey,
Ah.
you boozy
I can't
bitch.
see it.
Did you get that
You
10-pack
bitch.
fan sampler thing?
No.
Hmm.
Which one are you smoking, Grump?
I got the Fugazi compared to EP Carrillo Encore.
Oh,
The
nice.
Uncle Black, of course. And I'm smoking, like I said,
You
the
keep
Smart
throwing
Chip
that black
was gonna
thing in
pull
there.
out.
You're
Yeah, because it was the
obsessed.
Uncle Black that we smoked. It was the Uncle Black. You can't just say Uncle
You
because it's the
know,
Uncle
I
Brown,
I
Uncle Black.
I have smoked a few cigars without your permission there, massa.
Have you? Fucking hell, Grumpy.
God damn.
When did you not get my invitation? You could have invited me and I could have come and smoked some with you. I don't know, you crafty old bastard.
Jeez.
Sitting
Well,
smoking cigars on your own.
It's been 3 years and you ain't been able to swim across the pond yet. I ain't looking forward to it. I mean,
fuck you too, brother. Starting
yeah,
off
I've
me
been
on
waiting.
that one.
Yeah, we've been waiting on you to swim the pond for 3 years.
I can't
Jeez.
swim. I'm like a brick.
Yeah.
It's a fair swim,
You
that
will
one.
sink.
Fucking there's a first swim. But of course, we've just had a comment from DA. Grumpy, how can you
Hey
be
man,
the best grandpa ever? And I know laugh my ass off joking. So we
We'll
have
see.
just had, of course, another person join us, which hopefully I can get them in. And that, of course, is Ben. So welcome,
All
of
right.
course, to Ben.
Gents,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Hey
Hey, Ben,
DEA,
you're right.
Can you hear me?
DEA, that is, you, of
That would be
course, we all understand how that works. DEA, you are the best, to your grandkids. I don't claim to be the best outside my own grandkids, but now if you ask them, they'll tell you, just like yours will tell me you are. We all know that. We
Grumpy.
grandparents.
Grumpy,
Yeah, we do.
we know
Yeah,
this. You
we know
sit
it.
there with your mug, and it says "Best Grandpa" on your mug. So
It
seriously,
does.
brother, see,
Yeah.
tells you straight away, doesn't it? On his mug,
Hey,
best grandpa
that's-
ever.
That's because my grandbabies gave that to me for Christmas.
Oh, jeez.
They
But
are-
anyway,
You
how are you, Ben? Welcome,
You can't
of
argue
course,
with
to the podcast.
grandkids. What's
Oh,
up,
mate,
man?
thanks. How you doing?
Yeah.
Not too bad, though. Not too bad. What
Yeah.
are you smoking
Nice.
tonight? You pulled anything?
Yeah.
Anything out good? What you smoking?
We've got a, is it Vega Fina?
Vega Fina.
Corona, if you can see that.
Nah, very nice. Not a bad cigar. Not a bad cigar at all. Vega Fina.
Yeah, I sound a bit late joining the party, but thanks for the invite to Daz.
No,
Ain't never
always.
late, man.
it's all right. Like I say,
Nice meeting
We're
you
still
guys.
here. You ain't
this
never
is the
late.
thing.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
But no,
So,
so let's go more into cigars and stories for people, because as they would have seen when I joined you at Cigars and Stories, and the pictures were there on Instagram and stuff that I reposted. Tell people how the whole idea of Cigars and Stories came around, what it's about, and how the night goes. Because Paul, I know you've been him. I know Daz, you're at him. I know Ben, you've been him, and I was there when you were there. So let's get the point from each one of you, and each one of you pull out a key point of Cigars and Stories. So Ben, I'll start with you because you were the latest. So it's pick on Ben.
Punishment.
So Ben, we'll go with you first.
Yeah.
And get your
Punishment.
point. We will.
I think for me, I mean, the closest one to where I live, Consul, which for tomorrow night is 5 miles away from where I live. may as well be 5,000 miles away. Literally shut off from the world, connect with decent guys, no agenda. Everybody's equal. So you just realise how many people you connect with that you didn't know before lighting that cigar, that we're all the same, man. Everybody's got something in common. Everybody's got their own story. Everybody's got their own path. There's no judgment there. It's just good connection, good people. I mean, the fact of the way I ended up going to these cigars and stories and meeting Daz in the first place, the way that happened is just crazy. I was like, we've just got this energy about everyone here that's here now. We've got this energy again about us that we just seem to attract. You know, just like-minded people, similar values. I don't know. It's parts of it are indescribable. Yeah, it's good.
So, Paul, I'll go with you. Yep. I'll go with you next. And key point for you about cigars and stories, my brother.
To me, it's all about being with that group of men that you can share things that are going on as well. I think that's a key thing. We don't talk about stuff enough about what's going on and who you can talk to with. So it's a good way that we get together, and obviously you can share experiences, and it's quite often you find the experiences you're having are the same as or similar to what others are having as well. Plus the other bonus is cigars. We're out in nature as well. That's the big thing.
Yeah. And Daz, of course, we'll go up to you now, my brother. Your key point about cigars and stories.
I think I've always enjoyed like getting groups of guys together, and I think a lot of the time you can get together. You get together for stag do's. Life's busy, isn't it? I think you said that early on in the call, guys. Like, yep. Life's busy. People who partners, wives, kids, business, work, whatever it is. Life goes quick. It was a while ago since I was last on here, and life goes quick. And I think a lot of blokes very rarely get together with a group of guys. It usually is the stag do. It might be the football for some. It might be birthday parties, 40th, 50th, just like key moments. And you don't need to wait for those, what's the word? Those milestone sort of dates to get together. Like, you can just get together, and through getting groups of guys together before in the past, it can be tough. I think you've got to package it. You've got to package it in the right way. What bloke doesn't like sitting around the fucking fire? Like, what bloke doesn't like just prodding the fire? I saw a little video on Instagram, and it says a guy can sit staring into the fire for a couple of hours. I think Ben might have sent it me actually, and have the best night of his life, just sitting around that fire. So it's a perfect place. It's a perfect place to get together. And some guys come who don't even smoke a cigar, but like quite a few of us do. Ben's got the fire going there. It's just an atmosphere that is calming, relaxing. We're all busy, and for just that couple of hours, so it's supposed to be about 3 hours, but I think one night me and Ben and Ant, who was there, left at like sort of 12:15. It's just a few hours of just switching off from the world, man, and just just getting together, just connecting with other good guys.
Yeah, I know that time I came. Jeez, we were standing on the car park, and I know it was late now when I got him, because I said to you then to Daz, I'm like, the missus, she just started painting the landing. I came back, she painted it all and painted all downstairs. I'm like, fuck, I didn't realise it's been out that long. She's like, where have you been till tonight? I'm like, Dad's got me talking. She's like, wait until I see Daz next time. She goes, I'll have him. I'm like, yeah, you go to the car and have him.
I remember, it might have been the night, the last one. Daz. Might have been the last one you came, guys. Sorry, man. Yeah. Say this.
Over a year ago, you were last on the podcast.
Oh, wow. But it might have been the last one that you came, guys. I'm not 100% sure, but I was busy, and I thought I I'm gonna arrange this one, and then I'm just gonna knock it on the head then for a while. And I got up there sort of 35, 40 minutes before everybody else did. I lit the fire. I lit a cigar up. I sat around the fire, and I'm like, I need to fucking do more of these, not less of them. Like this is where I need to be. And from that moment, I thought, all through summer, or at least the months where we've got half decent weather, just going to book one in every month. So we had a break through the winter. It's a bit hard getting a winter one in because it rains or the weather's bad, and then you cancel, and then you don't want to let people down, so you've got to rearrange. So just those sort of spring, summer months, book one in every month without fail.
And just want to say to Andrew, Andrew, we're fine, my brother. Hope you're fine and
man.
A great Tuesday and having a great cigar or having a pipe. And thank you, of course, for popping in tonight, Andrew, and supported Emily when she was having a TikTok battle. So that's really appreciated. She didn't win. She was in the final, but she didn't win. But at least she gave it her all, and that was the thing tonight. It was. That's the thing, something. It's great, and it's a great idea of getting out the house, getting away from everything that's going on with work and family life, just sitting out there in the wilderness, around a fire with a cigar, chatting to everyone, finding out what cigar they're smoking, having a great chat about different things, and just getting away from it. And what it was with me, when I came, Daz, and I said exactly the same words to you. After everything that had been going on, with different things within the podcast that we had going on at the time, of course, people leaving and different things, it was great just to get out there in that wilderness, sit and recharge the batteries. And that's what it was about, recharging them batteries and just getting away from it and grounding. And that's what it was, regrounding yourself out. And it's like Grump. Grump will do it, where he'll go and walk with the dogs on his land. He'll ground himself, sit down on the porch, and he'll smoke a cigar. And I'll get with him. I'll ring Matthew, and me and Matthew will get together, or we get together on a Monday night and we'll smoke a cigar and have a chat. And that's just like getting away from it. And we love that. And this is the thing. You can chat about cigars, you can chat about daily life. And sometimes when me and Grumpy and Matthew get together, it's not about cigars. It's just about, how's your day been? Well, yeah, I've had a shit day. Well, you having a cigar? Yeah, come on, we'll have a cigar. And we'll go down the garden path then about anything. Me and Matthew will bitch at one another over whiskey prices, over cigars, different things. Grumpy will sit there on the porch and go, I'm not getting involved. I'm just going to let you two argue it out. And then next thing, Grumpy will say, and that's the way it is. But, of course, what cigar is everyone looking forward to? Now, I know you, Paul. You still ain't smoked a cigar yet, have you, brother?
Oh, no,
you still
I
ain't got
one.
into that realm of smoking cigars yet.
Oh, I've had one.
Oh,
I've
you
had
popped
one.
your cherry.
Oh,
you popped your cherry. You popped your cherry.
It.
Fucking hell, brother.
Oh, Lord.
Although I'm not allowed to smoke it.
What was that, Paul? Can you remember what it was?
I can't remember what it was, to be honest with you. I know, was it Siraj? They give us one. I think he'd got some. But yeah, although I was supposed to go on Cuba recently, but that kind of got knocked in the head, so I wasn't even able to find anything across there. So
when
what
were you
like
supposed to
across there?
Was it over when all this stuff happened with Cuba recently? Because I know a couple of my friends were due to go for the Habanos Festival, so it should have been Cohiba's 60th anniversary, and they couldn't go to Cuba. So it was at the time that you were going, which would have been early February, late February time?
Yeah, mid-February time we were supposed to go. It was the girlfriend's bucket list because it was a 50th and everything, but we ended up in Cape Verde, but it was nice. Still plenty of beaches and so forth.
Yeah, couldn't you get any cigars from Cape Verde? One of the no cigars around Cape Verde?
No, not really. Couldn't really, I didn't find anything that was across there. In the airports on your way back, got a few little samples and that, but I mean, I'm just waiting for tomorrow's cigars by campfire.
Yeah, I've got a few, man. Got
Well,
a few in the humidor.
And so, of course, Daz, we'll go into what's in the humidor. And then, of course, I'm going to go down, of course, to Ben and then get Matthew's take and get Grumpy's take. What cigar are you looking forward to smoking this year?
Let me grab the humidor and I'll tell you what's.
It's a problem to have right there. Now let me go see what I got.
I'm surprised he hasn't said the ones that are sitting in that humidor with Matthew that you're sending over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've never had these, and I don't know if they're good or the shit. But like, I know you guys will be critical if they are. Got a pack of them.
Oh my god.
Are they real or are they fake?
Yeah, are they real or are they
real? They're from the airport in Spain.
Okay.
I just went over Palma a few days ago, bought them.
Yeah, I know you went over.
This is the one I think I'm looking forward to smoking. If you can see
Hoya de Monterrey. That Hoya? Yep. Oh no. Hang on, man.
Almost look like a Roman.
Or Roman
Romeo Julieta.
No, yeah, Julieta.
Romeo
Julieta. Yeah, that's a pretty standard band right there.
Yeah.
And then we've got this, and I've no idea what this is because somebody brought me this. You see that one or
Laura.
Hell.
Tenerife. So that's just going to be one that's rolled in Tenerife, those. It is.
Is it? Right, yeah, rolled over there.
Yeah. You get it where certain places in Spain, they'll just roll it because it's tobacco that they've got. You'll find
okay.
We found out last week with talking to Medri Thierry, there's only a couple of main proper cigar factories in the Dominican Republic that roll it in a cigar factory. The rest of the Dominican cigars that they roll are rolled in their house, and they class themselves as a cigar factory. And you find that what happens is some of the factory workers get to take the reduct cigars that aren't got the proper filler in. They're allowed to take it if there's an issue with the wrapper. And what they do is they take it home, they re-roll it, they nick a band from out of the warehouse, so it can either be Davidoff, Portugas, whatever. They re-band it, and then when you go down the nice little village markets when you're on holiday, yes, this is a real Cuban. Come and buy a real Cuban from me. It's in a glass box and it's not a real Cuban. And you're like, yeah, okay. And it's got donkey shit in it and trimmings off the floor and toenails in it and all the fucking rest. Yeah, great cigar. Oh, put some on your chest.
Protein.
And then the only other one I've got in, and this looks like strong. Like I say, I like them quite mild. Is the La Finca? Is it quite a thick one?
Owenke. I'll talk to you about that one. That's not a great cigar. It's Peruvian. No, it's Peruvian, Inca, and it's made by C Cigars. So basically, C Cigars took over a factory in Peru and make really rubbish cigars. They aren't the best, and I've smoked pretty much all their lines.
Doesn't look that nice. But...
I brought 4 of them, Daz, and this is God's honest truth. I smoked 1. The others have got small little holes in. So I sent them back. He resupplied me with another 4. Same issue. And I said to him, I said, what the hell is going on? And he's like, I am not sending you no more. I am sending you your money. Do not do business with me again. And I'm like, I want to do business for you because you're a fucking douchebag and don't know how to look after your cigars. And even GQ, when I was talking to GQ, he's like, your name was brought up in one of the cigar events. I'm like, what do you mean my name was brought up? He goes, Mitchell Orchard was moaning about you. I'm like, good job. I'm like, at least he's got fucking back. And as Matthew always says, don't start on the won't be none. I just seem to always start something in the cigar community because you got to say what you got to say. Well, Andrew, I am smoking the Christoph Sumatra. I'm smoking tonight, my bro. So, Ben, of course, I know after last time I saw you, you were smoking the CAO, and I think it was the Americana that you were smoking, of course.
I think it.
And I know you're enjoying. Yeah, I know you're enjoying that. So, what cigar are you looking forward to smoking that you haven't tried yet, if you can think of one?
Oh, well, I haven't tried yet. I've got can't think which Monte Cristo one I bought back from holiday last year. The one I was most looking forward to, I bought some Romeo and Julietta's back from, I might have told you last time I saw you, from the Monte Cristo Lounge.
Yep.
In Caesar's Palace in Vegas. I was saving them for a special occasion. And just what we were saying earlier, man, you wait for that special occasion, you never end up enjoying anything. So we lit one up over a few weeks back, and it was a good smoke, man. Good smoke.
Hey up, Cigar Clowns. Welcome to the Cigar Clowns, our brothers from the boutique market. So welcome to Cigar Clowns. It's nice to see you here, my brothers. I hope you're doing well.
Howdy.
And you know something, they make some great cigars. Daz, when you get over to the States, if you can get Cigar Clowns, go and check them out, bro. They make some great, wonderful cigars.
Yeah, I've made notes, guys, of all the stuff you've told me, like I did last time. So
that, you know something. We
doing good, bro.
I smoke Cubans. I smoke Cubans and I don't mind Cubans, right? To me, we did a podcast on it, and as we know with Cubans, it's pretty much the same cigar, same taste, just a different brand. Then we spoke to one of the Cuban rollers.
You shouldn't have said that.
Me and Matthew about it. It's caused a lot of upset in the cigar community because people are like, oh, well, no, it's not. Well, yeah, it is, because you're just planting tobacco after tobacco after tobacco. You're not leaving the field and planting coffee. You're not planting vegetables. You're just constantly growing tobacco. It's the same wrapper. It's the same binder, the same filler. Now, as you know, Daz, we're smoking a Davidoff. Like Matthew smoking a My Father, of course. Ben smoking his cigar. Of course, Grumpy smoking his. I'm smoking mine. It's all different regions that are being used. So either Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, Honduras, so forth. It's different tobacco. And some of these boutique companies like Cigar Lounge, like Medri Thierry and so forth, they aren't scared of going out and choosing a San Andreas wrapper. They aren't scared of using Cameroonian, Oscuro, Connecticut broadleaf, Pennsylvanian broadleaf, Connecticut, Ecuadorian, and so forth. They aren't bothered about changing up the binder than just using Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan filler. They'll go and choose from all different regions. And what they're bringing out is something different compared to any of these legacy brands like Padron, Arturo Fuente, and so forth. They're bringing out some really great stuff. So we've always been advocates of the boutique cigar market. So if you can go and try a boutique, right, because it's different. So Grump, I'm going to go up to you. Does that cigar taste anything like the Encore that you smoked, my brother?
I wouldn't say like an identical. This where the Encore was had more of the cedary thing going on. This seems to be more along the lines of leathery instead of cedary.
Okay.
Now it does have that little twinge of citrus in there, and the cocoa is no problem. It's very close. I will say that. I mean, that's just the biggest thing I notice is a swap. It's more leathery than cedary, whereas the Carrillo to me is got more cedar than the leather. But the other stuff seems to be pretty point on as far as that goes. So
okay.
I have no complaints. Yeah, I have no complaints with it at all.
Cool.
I will
Matthew.
say that I was reading about those Fugazis, and I know I'm fully in the dark at this point, but I was reading those Fugazis, just like the way that the story that the site talks about them, and they're not trying to replicate the exact cigar. They're trying to basically replicate the vibe. Like they're not using the same fillers and binder even necessarily. They're just, trying to get the flavor profile to be a pretty good match. And I tell you, I tried those ones that were like the
Liga number 9
Carrillo or Casa Carrillo La Historia. And those were great. I smoked all 10 of those like real quick, way too quick. I'm out.
I think.
Yeah.
But
I think
yeah,
with that,
they're
you've
pretty good.
You've got to be careful, haven't you? You got to be careful as well, because if you know the recipe of the other company and you're bringing out a cigar and they know, and you're saying, "Oh, it's exactly like this cigar," you're getting.
Well, that's why they're not trying to replicate the recipe. They're just trying to replicate the vibe.
Right.
And I like that. I like that they're just kind of going for a flavor profile rather than exact replica, because it's not. It's at that point it's more of a tribute than it is a cover. You know what I mean? Like
right. Exactly.
So I do like them. I find them to be good, really well priced cigars, especially here in the U.S. Sorry for you guys.
Yeah.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Matthew, what do I always tell you? What do I always tell you?
You tell me to chuck more tea in the harbor.
No, I tell you, go and fuck yourself, you prick.
My cigar is fantastic.
It's funny how they're that expensive, but like everywhere else you go, they're not. Like it's just us. You go, Spain picked up those really
Canada's
really
pretty bad
ones in Spain. It's
it's just start back Canada.
Yeah,
Canada's about as bad as the UK, I think.
Has anybody ever come back from the UK and gone back to America or anywhere else in the world and said, "Oh yeah, look at these cigars I brought back from England"?
Yeah.
Probably not.
You can
look what I got.
Yeah, your Davidoffs and anything that comes out of this country, it's still cheaper for buy abroad.
Yeah,
it is.
It's insane.
I've never even smoked
easy though.
The late hour cigars, you can
looking forward to going
and get the Toros.
Sitting in a lounge as well, where you can sit in a lounge and actually just smoke one, and everybody in there for smoking a cigar. Like, what's wrong with that? I get that you don't want people smoking where people are eating or kids are, but why not have a cigar lounge where you can go and sit and smoke a cigar, knowing full well that everybody in there is in there to smoke a cigar?
Yeah.
Because they can't control everything you're doing if they can't make your life miserable.
Completely agree with that.
True, man.
That's about the truth.
The thing is,
and that is nothing specific to the UK.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much everywhere there.
Yeah, it's worldwide.
But you look at you guys, right? Especially you, Matthew, especially you, Grump. You've got your cigar lounges, right? You can go and sit on them.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you've got to be, of course, nice dress shirt, nice pair of trousers, shoes looking great and that. But now the laws are being changed. They're going to get rid of the cigar lounges in the UK. So there ain't going to be a single cigar lounge in the UK eventually. They're changing all the laws on it. So where it used to be you are trying the product before you're buying it, which were the grandfathered laws, they're overturning it to basically get in line with no smoking in any of these places. The same as they did with the pubs, basically. Now, you've also got to think of the generational tobacco ban in the UK. Now, if the king signs it, it's going to be legal, binding. There's this generational tobacco's coming in, and anyone born after 2009 is never going to catch up to that age. So let me ask you this, Paul, and of course, Daz and Ben. If your child came to you at 18 and the legal age now is 20 to smoke a cigar, and they want you to smoke a cigar with you, would you go and break the law in your own home and in your own garden and smoke a cigar with them?
Oh, sure. Without a shadow of a doubt.
100%. I think this is the thing that quashes all of the arguments. Like, I can't ever see Ellie wanting to sit down and smoke a cigar. Aside from the fact that I sit there and smoke cigars, she knows about my events. She knows. So this whole like sort of, oh, you know, this is influencing the younger generation. It's bollocks. You know, she's probably going to be more inclined to smoke a vape. She doesn't, but she's probably going to be more inclined to do that. She doesn't really want to smoke a cigar. So it's like, well, like when do you see a kid walking down the street like with a cigar on? But 100%, like Ben said, you know, if she ever wanted to do that, like, yeah, without a doubt, like, you know, let's sit down and smoke one. But it's all about control, isn't it? This, like, oh, you know, kids are going to do this, so we'll put all these cigarettes and cigars behind the cabinet. Like, what fucking difference does that make? Like, but they'll advertise a vape actually on the self checkout as you go through, which is crazy, because it's like, well, this is the alternative. This is what we want people smoking instead. But people are vaping who've never touched a cigar or a cigarette in their life.
Yep.
Gary, say the idea of vape.
Yeah, go on, Paul. Sorry.
I was just going to say the idea of vapes I find crazy is it was to help people give up smoking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then everybody, and especially with the kids and that, they're all round it. I think going back to your question of breaking the law in your own environment, I think for children, I think it's a big thing with mine as well. It's like with alcohol, you give them that little taste in a safe environment. Whereas if they don't have it, when they hit 18, the curiosity's there, and that's when the problems start.
Oh
yeah, completely agree with that.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
That's the thing. And to me, we've always said the cigars should be put in a separate category. Cigars should, because at the end of the day, it's not like having a cigarette. It's not like having a vape. It's a different thing. It should be put in a different market. Don't go and put it in the same category as cigarettes and vapes. As we know with vapes, there's been study that it causes popcorn lung. As we know with cigarettes and even packing your mouth with different dips and stuff, it's caused a lot of
regarding
surgery.
Like the other thing,
surgery.
I was before I joined, I was listening and watching on YouTube. You were talking about like how the boys and the girls in the generation feel like they're treated differently.
Yeah.
But just around the old cigar thing, I don't know what it's like for you guys in the States. It's predominantly a male hobby. I mean, do you know many women that do smoke cigars between anybody that's here now?
There's
over here. There's
Chantel,
there's
Anya
quite a few.
Ramirez, Laurel Tilly. There's a shitload of female cigar smokers and female cigar makers that we know and spoken to. Go on, Grump.
Yeah, between Instagram and between Instagram, Rumble, TikTok, the guests that we've had and know, like you said, yeah, it's probably a lot more predominant over here than it is over there, as far as the ladies. But yeah, as far as all that goes, I mean, predominantly male. Yeah, okay. But I think should still the opportunity be there, though, if your child came to you and they were, of age. you know, but they're never going to catch up with that ban, you know, but they're an adult, you know, and they come to you and say, hey, I want to sit down and have a cigar with you.
Yeah.
The less intervention that the government's got in your life in anything really, the better. The better, like, you know, just you keep your nose out of people's business and let people make their own decisions based on what they think works for them and their family.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, but do you seriously think it's going? Do you seriously think it's going to happen when New Zealand did it?
The question about
and New Zealand overturned it.
You saying that
New Zealand overturned it.
The age thing, obviously, my eldest daughter's 18. I was smoking a cigar on holiday on the balcony last year, and she came and said, "Let me try it." And with you, Dad's saying like, your daughter would never want, like, she wouldn't smoke a cigar with you or anything, or again, not vaping. But Lily, curiosity got her, and she's like, "Let me have a go," sort of thing. And crack on. Don't get me wrong, she hated it, but she sat and had a bit of quarter of a cigar with me. And I thought, you know what, go for it, man. You know, make your own mind up.
Try it.
Yeah,
try it. See if you like. See if you like it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like Ellie will buy some. She'll bring some back from holiday. Like she's like taking photos of them. Dad, what do you like these ones? I'll get you these. Holly, like, you know, she's never smoked a cigar, but she's like, I've got you these ones like from the States and stuff. So it's a perfect example of like, just because you see somebody else do it doesn't mean you necessarily want to go off and do it. You might do, which is great. And I'm on that page, Ben. You know, if she wants to, it's like, have a try of this. Give her a try of a glass of Bailey. She was like, that is absolutely disgusting. I like it.
I think we're going to see
to their own
states of
telling us what you can and do. Smoking and everything else.
I think we'll see the states. I think we'll see the states.
As the dads, as the granddads, as the blokes, it's up to us really.
Yeah, but then like what Paul was saying regarding vaping, like they're advertised and targeted towards kids now as though they like the latest toy, like almost like when the Teletubbies toys sold out back in the late 90s. That's like how vapes are now targeted. All the different flavors, colours. It's like, it's like they try to stop. There's more people vaping now than there ever was people smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They make a big thing of the smoking thing and say, "Oh, there's so many people now not smoking compared to what they do smoke." And I chat GPT'd it, and it's like the amount of people that they're saying no longer smoke vape now. So it's like it hasn't changed. They just got a different thing like that they're toking on.
Yeah, and then you're walking around and you've got a 6'5", 19 stone bodybuilder smelling like a clown's cock, like, or candy floss, or it's like it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It's just strange, and the government won't tell you that like under 18s can't smoke cigars. Come on, it's like,
I know one bodybuilder.
Enough money out of the taxes on cigars. That's the problem.
I know one bodybuilder in this cigar is a piece of shit, and that's Eddie Hall.
Every time.
Yeah, I haven't tried
Eddie Hall cigars are a load of shit.
Has Eddie got his own?
Eddie Hall went to school with Emily, and I ain't scared of that motherfucker one bit. And his cigar is a piece of shit. Eddie Hall, he's got a cigar. Yes.
Somebody's for the family, right?
It is, and
I'll tell you, I've been a smoker on and off since I wasn't an early smoker. I've been a smoker on and off since I was probably about 17. Since smoking cigars, not really interested in like a cigarette really. I love it, like the cigarellas, the smaller ones. Couldn't smoke a fag now and actually enjoy it after having an enjoyable cigar. So if anything, it averts you away from smoking, like, rather than sort of like pulls you towards it.
Yeah.
True story.
You know something. When I got into it, it was a case of New Year's. Got given a cigar over the Greyhound Inn, over Savile Green, and Brecker came out. He's like, "It's New Year, have this cigar," and it was a King Edward. I lit it up and I threw my ring up because I didn't know what I was doing. I was so green into it. So then the next year came, it was another cigar.
It's like you say as well, Daz, like how it brings us together, like with the cigars and stories around the fire. And obviously it's not everybody there's got smoke a cigar, but you certainly wouldn't turn up with everybody's got a different pack of cigarettes or a different. I don't know. Maybe there may be vape parties. I don't know, but try the different flavors. But you get around that fire with the cigars, and it's the interesting. Obviously, with Gaz with his knowledge, there's stuff you can learn where the different.
Yeah, when Gaz
product comes from.
Everyone's head was blown off, weren't they? With what you knew, Gaz. Like everyone was like, "What the fuck? How's he know? How's he?" Like I think Ben took one out, and Gaz went, "Oh, it's 17 years. Just by the band." Just
it's 17 years of doing it.
You remembered it as well. It's crazy knowledge.
Yeah. 17 years of doing it and remembering stuff and remembering bands and, like I say, with smoking cigars with Grumpy and Matthew and them smoking.
I think that's the other side of it with me.
That band sticks in the head.
Getting into cigars.
And I know that band.
It's just I like learning new things as well.
You're always learning.
Not just the people that you meet, but the things that you're learning about the countries where they're made, what it does for the. When you look at the majority of the best quality cigars in the world are come from developing countries.
Yes.
You look at what it's doing for their economy.
It is.
It's just another element which makes them interesting.
There's a different thing with the economy. And of course, you look at the prices, what we pay. Now the guys in the States, like, of course, Grumpy and Matthew, they're going to get whacked, of course, with these nice plus charges of the taxis that are being whacked on Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, and Honduras to come into the United States. So they're going to see a tax rise on it. And it then whacks onto that country. And you look at some of them, it's generation after generation after generation that's in that cigar company. And they've been going for years. To me, you've got to be so careful. Because if you change the laws in the UK, as we know, our biggest tax income in the UK is tobacco and alcohol. It's always been our biggest income over here. You take that away, what's going to be the next tax income that they're going to do? To me, you change the laws up so much, you're going to end up ruining it. Then you're going to have, like Sam at GQ, that no one's going to buy from him. So then he's going to shut. C Cigars is going to shut. Then a lot of the mom and pop shops are going to shut. Then your cigar lounges are shutting. Then your importers aren't bringing cigars no more. So there you go. What they're trying to do in England is wipe the whole of that industry out. Now you look at New Zealand. New Zealand did the same. Changed all the laws back because they were seeing that black market industry. As we know, we can go down a local shop in Stoke-on-Trent, go up into Hanley, wherever. We can go in, you can go, excuse me, mate, do you do any under the counter? Yeah, I can pull you out to 50 gram of Turners, and it's going to cost you 14 quid. But if you want a proper Turners, it's going to cost you 40 quid for 50 gram. So you know people are going under the market and buying it from the black market. It's going to be the same with cigars. There's going to be no trade deals because they're not going to be able to trade with Nicaragua in different places. It's just crazy. And I've just had a message from DEA. Eddie all just called. He says he's paying you a visit. Brother, I'd love Eddie all come around here. Trust me, Eddie all's more than welcome. He is. He ain't going to fucking turn up at my house even if he wanted to. Trust me. He won't even turn up to GQ Tobaccos and go and sign a box of cigars. And he used to buy from GQ all the time. Eddie All.
I wouldn't be saying that.
He doesn't buy from them.
And what's that helicopter out there?
Brother, I ain't scared of his helicopter. I ain't scared of his tank. And you know something? His cigars are rubbish. And I don't mind saying his cigars are rubbish.
Because
I feel like I would be.
I smoked Rebellion cigars. Rebellion cigars. Their cigars aren't great.
What I
find
he has
his cigars made by.
I think what I think is like from COVID, probably from the COVID times, I think one of the things that came from that, like, is I was quite surprised how quick people just went along with what they were told. But on the flip side to that was how innovative and how how much people will work around whatever's put in front of them. So the government try and clamp down on something, or tell you this, or tell you that, tell you the other. And what happens, I think, is people get together and they'll work around whatever's put in front of them. So you won't stop or even persuade people to do anything other than what they want to do. But what it means is what we'll do is we'll just work around that. So, like as you said there, would you smoke a cigar with your daughter? 100%. But like, oh, you can't do this anymore. You can't. So you just go off to a place where you can do it. You go off in the woodland area. You get a good group of you together, and you still carry on kind of doing what you were doing anyway, but with against their say so, because it's like anyone who thinks that governments have got your best interests at heart, completely disillusioned. It's the opposite, if anything. It really, it's like they don't want anything good for you. Like they want the opposite. But we're so innovative, and we'll just work around whatever they do and say anyway. So it's like, okay, there's no cigar lounges in the UK, so then you see that somebody's got a cigar terrace. It's got a little bit of a covering over, and it's a terrace. So now you can't have a cigar terrace, so they'll just make something else. Each time they move the goalposts, we move the goalposts the other way. I suppose is the best.
Yeah, I know.
It's always going to be the way.
It's like what you're saying, Daz. If you look back at history repeating itself, like the Prohibition era, look at the lengths they went to there. Absolute geniuses were born out of the Prohibition era. Yeah, and now it's trendy. It's trendy for now. Have a speakeasy bar is a bit of a gimmick.
Yeah.
Who knows in 50 years' time if they're going to have COVID lounges and cigar terraces in the woods? Because they're banning everything. Who knows?
The thing is, you look at that with Prohibition. You look at, of course, the different laws that were done with the FDA in the United States over cigars.
Yeah.
Companies were making cigars as a fuck you. Rocky Patel made one cigar called Prohibition, and he made a San Andreas one, and he made a Connecticut Broadleaf, and I smoked them. Great cigars, and that was basically a way to say, well, fuck you, FDA. We ain't changing. We're going to carry on doing it. But you look at America, as Grumpy and Matthew will say, the companies there constantly lobby. They're constantly fighting the changes, the different laws, and winning them. Yeah. Where here in the UK, we ain't really fighting these laws. The importers aren't really fighting. If we fought them, we could change it. But there was one Conservative MP that stood up in the House of Lords and said, I smoke cigars. I enjoy cigars. I like the nature of cigars. My health is fine. I've got medical reports to prove my health is fine, blah, blah, blah. And there was a thing that you can sign. I don't know if it's still live on Instagram. It's have your sale, lose your vote. And basically it's the vote of non-change towards cigars. But of course, as we know now, the law's coming into effect. It's got to be signed off by the king. Once that's being signed off, it's legal law in the United Kingdom. There's generational tobacco bans coming in. But there's certain states now in America that have brought a generational ban in. You look at the Maldives. The Maldives have brought a generational tobacco ban in. To me, it's going to cripple countries. If you do that, it's going to cripple. Because their biggest tax income, like I said, is tobacco and alcohol. Even if you talk to Matthew and Grumpy, alcohol is not selling great in the United States anymore. That was one of their biggest earners. It's not selling. They're not selling much of it. So you think you take cigars away, it's going to then go into alcohol. Then it'll be a case of, let's get rid of alcohol. Then what you're going to tax us on? And the thing is, even Grumpy will tell you, there's benefits of nicotine. There is benefits with nicotine.
Yeah. Proven benefits, isn't there? Proven benefits.
Yeah. That's right.
You get rid of nicotine.
Reports are out there.
You're going to get rid of eggplant. You're going to get rid of tomatoes that have got the nicotine in it.
Yeah.
Where do you get
all your nightshade vegetables, potatoes, white potatoes.
One of the things that like I really despise as a man is a man that is completely different in public than he is in private. Somebody who doesn't practice what he preaches. You know, politicians are probably the easiest target on that. But we want you to behave in this manner. However, we are behaving behind the scenes in a completely different manner. So we don't want you smoking cigars. However, we've got our private cigar lounges where we're smoking them anyway. There's nothing worse than that caliber, I think, of a man. And I think it takes those guys, like you say, I don't know him, but that Conservative MP to stand up and go, I smoke these. Yep. These are great. You know, there's no recorded deaths of cancer from anyone who's like a cigar smoker. I don't think was the last thing that I read about it. And I saw one of the American politicians, I can't remember who it was, who he got his cigar and he was talking about like how great that was for you. And I imagine that it is. You know, I don't know, but it's like we sit around that fire, we smoke a cigar, we're inhaling cigar smoke, or you know, cigar smoke's in the air. You're inhaling the fire, yet you go home feeling better than you felt all fucking week. Or
the thing is, you look at some of the ages of cigar smokers. We were talking to Major Thierry last week, and Juana's mother was how old was she, guys? Was she about 109 or something when she passed away? Smoking cigars?
107, 109, something like that.
107. 107 or 109.
She was well over 100 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She was well over 100.
George Burns was smoking 10 cigars a day. Never died from smoking cigars.
Mm-mm.
And this is the thing. They want to put it on that if that's what it is. It's not. The thing is, with a cigar, you are not taking that smoke into your lungs. You are taking it into the mouth, where it's going into the palate, and you are taking the taste from that cigar of what's supposed to be in that cigar, of the leather, the cocoa, and the peppers, and so forth. Okay, if you drink with a cigar, there is chances of it causing mouth cancer, as they say in medical study. If it's true, it needs to be proven. As far as I'm concerned, we've spoken to thoracic surgeons in the United States, and they've said, nope, it's dipping, cigarette smoking, vaping. They are the main causes of mouth cancers, throat cancers. It's not cigars. It needs to be on a wide aspect of America and England work together and supply the information together. They do. But go on, Daz, sorry.
Even on that, brother, even on that, even knowing, right, we've got one, two, three, four, six of us on this call, all over 40 years old, all grown men who can make a decision based on the evidence that's put in front of us, regardless of what somebody else thinks we should or shouldn't be doing. You take the information, you look at the evidence. This is what I've got from one source. This is what I've got from another source. But this is the decision I'm going to make down the middle based on the evidence that I've received.
Yep.
Same as the COVID stuff. Like, this is the risk. This is the potential harm. This is what we want you to do. But I'm taking that information and I will act upon that information for me, for the well-being of me and my family, based on what I've read and what I know. Not based on what you think is good for me or better for me. I don't really care what you think is good for me. This is what I'm doing based on the evidence I've received, what I've read up on, what I've watched. Doesn't really matter what you think is best for me, because I'll make that decision, like, regardless of what you think we should or shouldn't be doing. It's all that, and those people making those decisions aren't doing that anyway. They are not abiding by that. They are sitting in smoking cigars in private clubs in London. There's no doubt about it.
Daz, do you want me to top it off?
Yeah.
Go on, Ben. See what you're going to say, Ben.
With what Daz was saying about us, obviously going back to getting around the fire with a bunch of blokes and the cigars and doing what we do. You imagine having a doctor in your pocket where every guy that goes in for seeing with struggling, mental health problems, whatever. And the first thing the doctor does is get his pen out and prescribe tablets that come from Big Pharma. You imagine him writing a prescription for come to a Cigars and Stories event once a month, once a week, whatever. And look how every guy around that file leaves, how they're feeling.
Yeah.
And it's potentially free.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know
That's why they
something?
won't
You've only got
prescribe
to,
it.
yeah, you've only got to look at Parliament, right? When all them wankers get together, and they're all wankers. They all piss in the same fucking pot. As far as I'm concerned, Conservatives, Lib Dems, all of them, they all piss in the same fucking pot. They're all screwing one another and screwing us. But you can go down into their nice little shop. They don't pay tax on cigarettes, fucking tobacco, cigars, or anything like we do. They don't pay no fucking tax. So come on, why are we getting fucking taxed? But you big fat fuckers who are there telling us what we can and can't fucking do are getting everything for fucking free with no tax on. Yeah, tell us about that one. But they don't want to. And this is the thing. They want to control us and say, oh, you've got to do this. Oh, you can't smoke. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't do that. Go and fuck yourself. I fell down the stairs 3 years back and fucking crippled my neck even more it's damaged my health even more. And I was lying there on the stretcher, collar on, and the doctor comes, he goes, yeah, we're going to put you on morphine, Mr. Williams, to try and get some of the pain going. Do you smoke? And I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go. This great old conversation, do you smoke? I said, yeah, I do. Well, what do you smoke? Cigarettes? What? I said, I have a couple of cigars a week. Well, how many cigars do you have a week? I said, sometimes if I'm getting with the guys, I said, I can smoke 3 to 4 cigars a day. I said, it depends. Right. Well, I'm telling you now, as your doctor, increase and have another 4. I'm like, where are you from, doc? Because I'm looking up at the ceiling. I can't see him. Adam. He goes, I'm from Nicaragua, and I'm telling you, increase it. I'm like, ta, doc, and I just put my thumb up. He walked off. Well, I'm going to fucking increase it. Fuck this. I'm told by a doctor. Increase it. Damn right.
Yeah.
But
Could you get him on prescription from the NHS? Guys?
Yeah.
I wish, Ben. I fucking wish. I fucking wish, Robin. Trust me. But it's like when I get with Grumpy and Matthew, and we do this every week. It's that atmosphere of I can get away from the grind, just chill out, have a cigar. It relaxes me. I go to bed. I feel refreshed. I can go and sit in the garden with the dogs, smoke a cigar, just chill out with the music on, or I speak to Grumpy, or speak to Matthew, or just chilling out doing whatever, or booking guests for the podcast and stuff. And I'm just chilled. It's like when I came to Cigars and Stories, like I said. It was a case of rebalancing myself out there in the wilderness, just listening to the birds, listening to the trees and the sheep and everything, talking to you guys around that fire, and just rebalancing. And not have to go and say, oh, well, I know today's a bad day with my mental health. Oh, I'll go and take the tablets. Tablets don't cure everything. And I get people do take them and helps them. But to me, it doesn't. Sitting and smoking a cigar and having a chat and getting away from it makes my mind a hell of a lot more chilled. And it chills me out. And I know full well I can go tomorrow, I haven't got to have a cigar. If I'm smoking a cigarette, I'm constantly chasing it. Constantly chasing that nicotine fix. I'm not with a cigar. I went 6 weeks without having a cigar. And Grumpy and Matthew will tell you now, I was the biggest fucking pain in the bastard arse because they are smoking cigars in front of me and I'm going, I can't have a cigar till next month. I'm fucking got no cigars. Shut the fuck up, and they're lighting up a big fat cigar. And I'm like, you fuckers. You're fucking smoking a cigar and I'm sitting here and I haven't got one. And when I got that first one, I smoked it and I was like, oh, fuck's sake, here we go. And I got a nicotine rush. I got the nicotine rush. The stomach was turning. I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. But I can go days. I can go 3 to 4 days without having one, and then I'll have one. It's not a constant, I've got to chase it. And you know something?
Yeah.
It's nice to just take that time, because what it is with a cigar, you're looking at the cigar, you're putting that light to it, you're taking your time to smoke it, you're taking your time to look after it.
Enjoying
the conversation, you're enjoying the drink if you're having a drink with it. Yeah, it's the experience. And this is the thing, like tonight, getting with you guys. It's an experience. And this is what it's about, talking to different people.
I've sat and enjoyed watching the sunset behind Grumpy. That scene where you are, man. That's stunning where you were sat, brother.
You know, when the weather permits, they'll tell you when the weather permits, I'm sitting either in this position or it's turned around a little bit, but it's always to the sky.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you guys are the first ones. You guys are the first ones to ever mention watching that change. Y'all are the first ones to ever mention that. And I sit out here every Tuesday night that we're on. Guest, no guest, don't matter. Weather permits, I'm sitting out here. You guys are the first ones that's ever said anything about the natural change in that background, man.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man. When I first joined the call and I noticed how the blue sky and then the colours have gone over, it looks wicked. Looks good, man.
I got to admit, though, last week was a fun show because we're sitting with a guest and all we can hear is firecrackers going off in the background. And when I say firecrackers, I mean I mean the other kind of firecrackers going off. Badoosh, badoosh. And you're like, what the fuck's going on behind them? Welcome to America. Badoosh.
And some in freedom firecrackers.
I thought you meant you've got somebody on from freedom. I thought you meant you got somebody on from Dubai.
No. He's got a lot of land around him, Grumpus, and they've got balls and everything. And Grump's like, brother, when you come over, we'll go ball shooting. I'm like, brilliant. Awesome. I'm coming over.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy where Grump lives.
Yeah. Plus, I've got an adult son that has quite a collection, and he has several friends that have quite a collection. And it's not unusual, warm weather for Saturday night or Sunday for the kids to all get together, have a little fun.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Quality, man.
Well,
quality.
That's the thing. It's a different life, and it's a different life in the States compared to what we've got here in the UK. And you look at it, cigars over there are different, the pricing and different things. You just look at it, it's a different atmosphere. And the laws over there where you can go in a cigar lounge. We can go in a cigar lounge, sat how we're sitting. You ain't got to be dressed up. You've got some music on, you've got some beer there, you've got different cigars there, you've got events on where you're going to meet a cigar maker in that lounge. You can even get cigars over there for a couple of bucks, which is working out maybe £3-4 a cigar over there. Over here, this is the equivalent. They make a Drew Estate factory smoke, and it ranges in the States for about $2, which you're looking at maybe £1.50 for that cigar. If we go on what the trade deal was yesterday between pound and dollars. Over here, for that same cigar, it's £15 a cigar, which you're looking at $25
I was going to ask you about that.
It is. And it's crazy, that price, but that is because import, taxes, what then the importer is telling you to sell it for, and then also the shop markup. I'm being stalked by the eldest daughter. So, hello to the eldest daughter. Hello, Chloe. I see you there watching. So hi to the eldest stepdaughter.
You got
she's the 19-year-old daughter.
Hey, go on. I'm busy.
She's the 19 daughter, and you know something. I'll go into a little story. We were in the garden, like we were saying, of course, if we smoked with children. And I'm there smoking a cigar, and Chloe's there, and I'm like, look, I said, have a try of this, because she vapes. So I said, have a try of this cigar. She tried it, she was sick. Now, my youngest, and she's going to be 14 in November, my youngest. She picked up the cigar. She's there because she'd been watching me, letting the smoke out. He would not give me that cigar back. And I'm like, give it to you. I said, you can try it. I said, give it me back. I do not condone you smoking. I said, at least you tried it. I said, would you go into my humidor and take a cigar and smoke it? And she said, no, I wouldn't. She goes, if you said I could smoke one, then yeah, I would. She's not bothered about smoking. Now, Emily smokes cigarettes. I don't mind she smokes cigarettes. I'm a big cigar smoker. I've been for 16 years. I used to do it, Daz, in the garden when I used to live next to you when Rhiannon left, and I'd have one after working at JCB, and sometimes I'd smoke it, and I'm looking over the wall and everything, and looking over the edge, and I'm like, oh, that fucking smoke ain't going in Dazzy's, and he thinks I'm doing something fucking else in the garden because there was big massive fucking smoke clouds coming over the fucking. I was like, shit. But I enjoyed it, and this is the thing. I do enjoy cigars. It's a different atmosphere. And oh, way up what she's put. You're on my round to stalk. Okay, Chloe. Well, go stalk somebody else. Don't stalk me. Thank you for
stalk him. Stalk him. He loves it.
Yeah, he needs.
You know, she's a good kid. She's a good kid, and that's the thing. But of course, for anyone in England does, and say Stoke-on-Trent, and they're wondering about cigars and stories, how did they find out about cigars and stories, brother? How did they find out about it? Where can they go and find out?
If you go on to Eventbrite, I've got a page on Eventbrite, Darren J Brookes, and all the events are posted on there, guys. But I've also got Sit at the Table group, not posted in there actually for a while. But I'm Darren J Brookes on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, and always post it on there. It's got quite a good group, good following. Paul comes, Ben comes, Ant comes. Very similar people come each time, and then a couple of new people. And it's just it's everything that we spoke about tonight, man. It's getting out there, it's connection, it's enjoying yourself. It's a blokes only event. I know there's probably women cigar smokers, but we work with men, we work with boys, and it just works, man. It's just time to get away. This is one of the things, you take a lot of backlash when you're working predominantly with men and boys. Well, what about women? What about girls? And it's like what's not realised a lot of the time, and this is for men more than women, is that the end of that night, that guy goes back to his partner with the weight lifted off him, just had that time to just be a guy, sit around the fire, and gone back and to be that man, to be who he needs to be for his family and for his partner and stuff. And I think that's so important and something that's like so overlooked. But yeah, Darren J Brookes on all platforms that I post. I actually tomorrow night I haven't really posted about it. I sent it Paul, I sent it Ben, I sent it a couple of people, and I don't know, just busy. I just thought like who comes, and I always think that
I didn't even know it was on. I didn't even know it was on.
Yeah, it's on tomorrow, guys. It's like I probably didn't send it, man. It was just life's just been mad, which is more of a reason why tomorrow night's needed. But like, if you want to go, I can pick you up.
All right, bro.
And sometimes don't post about it, don't promote it. It doesn't make any cash. It covers what it needs to cover. It's just necessary. That's like the only way I can explain it. Really, it was. It's just needed, whether it's for me or whether it's for anybody who's there.
Yeah. So, of course, I know when you were on last year, and we had you on I think we had you on last year and the first year we started. So, of course, you've got your 2 books. Any new books that have come out, Daz, that you've done and written? Any new books?
I wrote a full book. I wrote 60,000 words, so it would have been the biggest book so far. It was on masculinity. And when I read back through it, I kind of felt like I was playing more into the problem rather than like the solution. So I shelved it. Okay. So then I was going to write a book for women about why we as men behave in the ways we behave. That kind of got shelved. And I'm looking at writing a book, guys, actually for it won't be for the younger generation, but it'll be one of the things I think with boys is like you need to show them, not tell them. I think this is something that's really important. Is don't watch porn, don't do this, as we spoke about earlier, don't do that, don't do this. And it's like, but like no one's really showing them that there's alternative routes to what they're doing. So that whole manosphere thing that's blown up with Louis Theroux and stuff. You know, you shouldn't fucking be watching that. You shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, well, are you showing them like any alternatives to that? Are you showing them that you can sit on a podcast like this and smoke a cigar with a good group of friends? Are you showing them that you can go and sit around the campfire? Are you showing these guys that are going down the criminal justice route that like there's veterans and people who are going down that route who can help them? And a lot of the time, I think the answer is no. So I want to write something on that, but at the minute, it's just building the Foundry, man. I know, like we touched on it before the call, but like hopefully it's to set up an arm of the Foundry in Kansas because that's where Holly's from. She's going back there in May. So hopefully we'll move across the pond and we'll start running some things over there at some point. I know,
I was going to bring that up.
Gumpy and Matt will know, and you probably know yourself, guys. There's a lot of hoops that you've got to jump through before you can do that. But there'll be another book coming, but I don't know when. And there's not really putting no time scale on it. Really.
All I can say is I can't wait till you get your arse over America because Matthew keeps going on at me and going, brother, this humidor's filling. When can I send it over to Daz? When he gets over there, bro. When he gets over there.
I'm going over on the 23rd of September. I'm there for 3 weeks, and we come back on late October, and then me or Holly will be going backwards and forwards now for the next couple of years. So pick up with some cigars.
There's probably going to be over 50 cigars then, and like I say, I'll go off with you on them, trust me, because some of them cigars you definitely need to smoke. Because Stallone, the guys have enjoyed them cigars with the horses on by Stallone and different ones, and like I say, Medjugorje's coming over in June. So I'm going to go up to Scotland and go meet him. I definitely want to try them because
I think I can go over on the Esther, and you can actually have meetings, but you can't do anything that generates income. So I'm hoping for like September, October, get a few meetings lined up with other non-profits, maybe in Kansas. I know Kansas is on the Bible Belt, so they have got like a lot of like father programs, and they are quite focused on boys and men and stuff, and probably a bit more than we are.
Cool.
So hopefully can go over later in the year, meet a few of Holly's friends. Holly's got some pretty good connections, and then maybe the next plan is to go over for 3 months, 2027, and maybe host a couple of events, like free events. Like that's kind of the way forward, brother.
I think that would be very interesting, even if you do cigars and stories over there. I think that'd be interesting because it's a different thing for guys to get into. If bring a cigar, come and sit around the fire, come and talk to people that you probably don't know and have a great chat, because it's all right going into a cigar lounge and doing it, but that's something different, sitting around the fire and smoking a cigar. And when I mentioned it to Grumpy and Matthew, I said, would you be interested in that if it was there? They said, oh yeah, we'd be interested in that. You would. But go on, Dad, sorry.
I don't know if this is true or if this is just what I've seen from the last time I went over, and Grumpy and Matt might know better. But the guys in the States seem a little bit better at getting together with the guys than we are. It seemed that way. I don't know if that's true. But like a couple of Holly's mates who I met over the one group of them, they had a monthly fishing trip where they do a bit of fishing. There was another group of guys who had like a monthly hunting trip, and they just seemed to navigate it probably a little bit better than we do. I don't know if they do. It did just seem that way. But I don't know.
Do. It's like we know the leaf cutters. We were on with the leaf cutters, and they are from Georgia, and they are all getting together, and they're going to the PCA, so Premium Cigar Association event, of course, in New Orleans. And a lot of the podcasters, they all get together. They're all probably all different states, but they get together, they go to the cigar events, and they do. It's like we've said, when we start getting some more money coming in, then we're going to do it. The three of us are going to go down to either New Orleans or Las Vegas, wherever it's going to be situated, we're going to do PCA because it gives us the opportunity then to talk to them guests in person, not just on a computer screen. And it also gives me, Grumpy and Matthew, the opportunity of we finally get to meet because we've known one another 3 years. We still ain't met in person. And we're still doing this 3 years down the line, which is crazy to people when they come on and guests coming on and they go, what, you've never met?
Awesome.
No, we've never met. Awesome. We met on TikTok and became friends on TikTok, and then we started this. So how many times a day do you talk? And we're like, well, we're talking WhatsApp. We get together a couple of times a week. I'm with Grumpy, me enough 3 to 4 times a week where we talk and smoke a cigar and have a chat about different things. Sometimes I'll ask Grumpy advice on this situation, or if I'm finding it a little bit hard with Lucas and George and I can't talk to Emily about it, I'll talk to Grumpy or I'll talk to Matthew, and they'll say, look, brother, what about doing this? Or, this will play out this way. And that's great because I can go to them and vice versa. Grumpy can come to me if he's got something going on, or Matthew can. And we've had a lot of health issues. Grumpy, Matthew with his wife, me with Emily and stuff. But we've been there for one another. There's when we know one another's finding a hard situation, we'll reach out and go, brothers, we're smoking a cigar tonight. Shall we just get together and have a chat? And it doesn't have to be over a cigar. I've sat with them while they've been smoking a cigar and we just had a chat. Just to get away from the normal bullshit of the day. Yeah. That's what it's about. And
well, I might be
asking, Ben. Yep, sorry. Go on, Daz.
I might be wrong on this, but I don't know. But I think on this call, we're the minority. I think if you take into account the whole of the UK, statistically, 1 in 4 men apparently has not got like a friend who he can even talk to, which I think is heartbreaking. Like really. So that that get together with guys, I think is, well, it's not important. I think it's paramount. I think it's like fucking an absolute necessity. I caught up with Paul the other week. I went down Ben's the other week, and we had a coffee, and we were sat there for 3 hours chatting. It's not just important. It's fucking essential. And I think a lot of guys in the UK, I think, they get married or they get with a partner, and I don't think they intentionally cut off their friends, but I think just over a period of time, those catch-ups become less frequent, especially if a guy's being in quite a drinking culture and they've caught up regularly for a drink, and then you're like, well, I don't want to be drinking as often as I was. Those times just get less and less frequent, and you look at statistically all the issues with men, with the suicide rate and things that are on the rise. Really, it's pretty obvious in my eyes what it is.
I think
that's doing
it's
that.
true. It's true that does.
I think with what you say, with what you're saying there, Daz, with the culture of men, in particular in this country, whether it's you play 5-a-side a couple of times a week, 9 times out of 10, that might be exaggerating slightly, but with men, it normally ends in being in the pub. Which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but once you've got 5, 6, 7, 10 pints down your neck, that time that you're spending together is completely different. And when you get around that campfire and have a cigar, or like you said when you called in to me and we had the coffee, it's not just about the quantity of the time that you're spending together, it's the quality of that time.
Right.
And I think when you get a lot off your chest, you can find in each other. And what you've just said about your experience, if you think in America they seem to do it better than we do, and you going over and spending your time over there with your plants, the experience and the things you can bring back from there for try and put into what you do over here, man, that's going to be priceless. It's exciting to see what you're doing.
Something, I look at it this years back. Me and my best friend at the time, he sadly passed away, of course, and Daz, because I told you, and Matthew and Grumpy know. But me and Nick live next door to one another. We live next door to one another. We went out drinking together. You name it. His kids called me Uncle Gaz and everything. And I got with Rhiannon. Of course, I had Lucas, I had Georgie. And we had a big fallout. We didn't speak for 9 years. Then I got with Emily and I got a message out of the blue, just around COVID. Hey up, numbnuts. And I'm thinking, hey up, what's you fucking want? So he come down here, we're sitting in the garden, smoking a cigar. I'm like, do you want one? No, I can't smoke cigars now, bro. I got emphysema. I'm like, oh, right, okay. And it was like the world hadn't stopped. We got back together, we were chatting, sorting things out. He would have been 50 on the 17th coming up of April, but of course he's passed. And we were planning his 50th, of course, my birthday and stuff. And he died on the phone talking to me with an heart attack. When he died, I didn't have no one then around. I didn't have no fucking friends around to speak to. It's like me and Emily battling over that, getting over that, trying to support his sons. Then when I started getting on TikTok and I started meeting Grumpy, Matthew, and the rest of the guys that we used to speak to before they went on to different pastures of what they wanted to do, it was a case of I've got them friends. And I've gone into deep, darkest paths with Grumpy and Matthew. We've spoken about everything. And they've stuck by me. We've had a lot of different things we've had to go over with business and stuff where it's been constant deal after deal, trying to get this going, that going. And the three of us stuck to the same hymn sheet on what we've done. And I appreciate their friendship because I can get with them. And that's my avenue. It's like when I speak to you, Daz, because I class you as a friend, I always have. When we used to talk and stuff, and when I come and see you, it is that different atmosphere. Of course, coming to the Cigars and Stories and meeting Paul and, of course, meeting Ben and having that conversation at the end of the day. You two were friends as far as I'm concerned, and I can have a great conversation with you, Per. And that's what it's about. And it is hard being a man. We put a lot on us, and we don't talk about them problems. And I've lost friends to suicide and everything. And it's like, I wish they'd come and spoke to me. But as we know as men, sometimes it's hard to say to your friend, Luke, I'm having this kind of thought, or I'm going through this. It's a very hard thing. It is. And it's a great thing that you're doing. Yeah, exactly, Matthew. Don't want to be a burden. But even with the Foundry group, and when you have them meetings and coming in, and it's like setting them tasks for the week. So what are your 5 things you want to do this week? And you set that task, and then you try and do that task. And then you get together the week after. Well, how did it go? We're not there going, oh, well, you're a fucking failure for not doing that. It's a case of, right, well, let's see what we can advise one another on of where we can go here, what we can do with this. It's a great thing. And when I sat down the last time when I was there with you guys talking, I came back and I sat and I'm like, yeah, I pretty much know where I want to be this week, where I want to be now. And I got with the guys, we sorted stuff out to go with what we wanted to do with the cigar. Okay, it didn't turn out the way we wanted, but we tried, and that was the thing. And this is the thing, it's always trial and error. But if we hold it and we go, oh, well, it's failed, we're a failure, we're never going to get nowhere. And the thing is, at least when we can do it as friends and say, you know what, guys, yeah, it didn't work out. Oh, bro, don't worry about it. Something will turn up. That's where we support
the next thing.
And that's the way it should be. Yeah, and that's the way it should be. It is.
Yeah, man. This is an amazing thing you're doing here. Like, I really enjoyed it. Like last time when you jumped on, but it's just like shooting the shit, as they say, and just like it's amazing. Like smoke a cigar together. It's like that's what life's about. Like it's about connection, isn't it? And I think we, especially as like, well, you know, it's that double-edged sword. Like especially as like sort of AI and everything takes its course and maybe brings some people further apart. But like perfect example of how technology can work for the better is like that you guys all met on TikTok, and I absolutely love that. It's like it's not a case of this is gonna stop you from doing what you want to do. You use these tools and you use what's available to you for the best of your ability and whatever you can. That's how I see things. I think nothing will drag you away from anyone unless you let it. Like it's as simple as that. If you use these things to bring people closer together, then that's exactly what will happen.
But we've all got different experiences in life, and that's the thing. It's like, of course, me smoking cigars and knowing some of the people in the industry. Matthew, of course, smoking cigars. Grumpy smoking cigars. I can go to Grumpy and Matthew and say, look, this week I want to focus on podcast, getting everything designed. Can you guys reach out to the guests? Yeah, okay. We'll get together. We'll shoot the diary. Right, this is who we've got. Matthew will go and reach out. Grumpy will go and reach out. Now, if I'm free and Matthew goes, look, brother, this week I'm snowed under with work. Can you go and reach out? Yeah, me and Grumpy will reach out. Or if Grumpy says, look, I've got this idea for the podcast. Are you free? Yeah, bro, I'll sit down. We'll shoot the breeze and we'll do your podcast. And like I say, I get with Grumpy on Monday. We shoot 2 podcasts for an hour. They get out. Then we meet up again on a Thursday. We do his other 2 podcasts. And it's not a case of trying to be professional and go, oh, look at us with this best podcast. Me and Grumpy will sit there shooting the fucking shit and I'll play sound effects and you'll hear, wow, shocking. And Grumpy's just sat there and he's going, see? Fucking paying this guy in England and look at the shit what he's fucking pulling and all the rest. And I'm sitting behind the scenes fucking laughing my bollocks off because I'm trying to make him fucking laugh live. And I get him all the fucking time. But it's about having that friendship that you can do that and get together. And that's what it's about. And this is why I'm glad you guys have come and joined us tonight, because it's a different podcast for people to see than sitting with a guest every week, smoking a cigar, talking about that. There's a different realm of cigar smoking friendships, how men should be. And a lot of people don't see that because they'll see a podcast, they'll see a guest. People don't want to talk about mental health. People don't want to talk about rising situations with tobacco bans and different things. They don't want to talk about that. But this is what we've done tonight. And hopefully people take some of this advice and they'll go to the friends and talk to the friends if they've got a problem, or if people are in Stoke-on-Trent that are watching, or even around England and you can get to Stoke-on-Trent, I definitely suggest, even if you are down in the different regions of England, go and check out the Foundry. Go and check it out there on Facebook. Go give it a follow. If you need to chat to Daren, get in touch with Daren. If you work in schools or in prisons and you want to bring some kind of program in like that, get in touch with Daren. If you want to turn up at the Cigars and Stories, go and check out Eventbrite. Come and join it. It's a great night. I go when I can. I like getting with the guys, and you know something, please go and check it out because it's a great thing. Grump, gonna go to you. How's that cigar? Matthew, I'm gonna go to you as well with yours. Daz will go with you, and then I'll go with you, Ben. Then I'll ask you, Paul, how you've enjoyed the show, and then we'll pretty much wrap it up. We will. So, Grump, how's that fucking cigar, brother? I can see you on your nubby. See you on your nubby.
Yep. It's winding down, but it's holding steady. I've enjoyed it. Like Matthew said, it's not intended to be an identical, but there's enough there that resembles the original, and it keeps things pleasurable. And I have no complaints whatsoever. The one thing that I want to say, and then y'all can wrap everything up. I can't say enough about, the men's mental health part of that, because, so many guys need to open up. They need somebody to talk to. They need to lighten the load that's on their own minds. And they need to know that they have friends that understand the privacy and the confidentiality, that they're sharing their innermost problems with them. They got to know they talking to somebody that's not going to be going and running and broadcasting all over town, And I think that's what scares a lot of guys. And then a lot of guys just don't want to give up. They think they're giving up some kind of control, and they'll just sit and torture themselves. They won't open up. They won't let anybody help them. They won't let anybody in. And what you guys are doing is an awesome thing, man. And I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
So, go ahead, Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah, I mean, one, the cigar I smoked was great. I finished it while I was still in the dark. So I didn't touch it up as much as I probably would have otherwise, which that was interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's one good fucking thing. Fuck me, you know,
Yeah.
lighting it all the fucking time and playing with the fucking. Yeah, play with it more than you play with your cock. Fuck me.
It did.
Come on.
It did burn kind of crooked though, so you see how it ended.
Well, you're in the dark, so don't fucking worry about that.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Really, you know, I love that cigar. My Father the Judge, one of my favorites. It's pretty full powered. It's got that nice pepper along with the leather and the, you know, spice. It's just a great cigar, right up my alley. I try to smoke them pretty often, I would say. But you know,
I found your twin.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
As far as the mental health piece of it.
fucking pizza cake.
As far as the mental health piece of everything, one, it's great to, as Gaz would say, take the piss out of each other with your buddies. It lightens your mood. It takes you out of the dark sometimes. You know, you need that. The tendency with men is to push down and push down and push down until we explode. If you have a good group of friends, if you have a good group of guys you can talk to, you don't have to wait till it explodes. You can let it out. You know, pressure release valve, so to speak.
There you go.
So it's very important to get at least someone you can talk to. I don't care if it's, you know, the guy that lives next door to you or your freaking postal worker. I don't care. Find someone you can talk to. Otherwise, you'll just find yourself in a deep dark hole that you can't get out of. So, yeah, thank you for giving people a group to do that, to get out of their cave, so to speak. So, yeah, thanks for coming on with us tonight. Sorry I was late. Sorry I was literally in the dark for most of the show. The lights finally came on, so now I'm just watching the light show outside. So, but thank you.
At least you made it, bro. At least you made it.
That's it, man.
So, Ben, I'll get down with you, Ben, and then of course I'll go up to Daz and I'll go up to Paul.
Yeah.
How was your cigar, bro?
This cigar, I think it's the second time I've smoked this one. Fully enjoyable, man. I will be buying more of these. But that being said, as good as the cigar was, it's like I do find most times when I do smoke a cigar, it's more about the circumstances that in the environment in which you're smoking it, the company you keep. That cigar wouldn't have been anywhere near as enjoyable sat here smoking it on my own as it has been sitting chatting with you guys. Obviously across the pond as well, like I said, going back to Grumpy's Sunset.
Yeah.
Envious of that one. But going back to what Grumpy was saying regarding confidentiality and men and talking, I think that's an important thing that I'm sure Daz will work towards with the younger generation and lads now, as I think loyalty is a key player in where society's falling short as loyalty gossip, the rise of social media. We seem to live in a generation where people enjoy beating people down, and I think that's something that needs that's got to be kicked. That has got to change. Yeah, and I think, like I say, just what you said, Grumpy, with the confidentiality and what Daz does, the loyalty. I think that's the way forward.
Yep.
Definitely. I think even maybe not this. Obviously, with getting younger people involved in things like this, though, as well. You know,
right?
Like, I don't know. Sort of the whole thing Daz touches on with the boys around good men, good role models, seeing what life's about.
Yeah. I think if you look at 20-year-olds, 21, getting into that 25 marker that are getting into cigars, even if they start getting into this more. Because you normally find there's people that are getting into cigars are getting in the 20s and so forth. They may have some issues of they're becoming a father for the first time, don't know how to cope with it. And the thing is, we're all fathers at the end of the day. We've all got experience, so we can guide them and tell them this. Yeah, you're gonna have these hard days of being a father. You're gonna be awake enough all fucking out when they're crying and they get colic and different things. Yeah, you're gonna have the shitty nappies. You're gonna think you're the wankiest father going because the baby's crying. But being able to get other people that have got that experience, I think that's another great thing. It is.
I think it's realising the two-way street of it as well. I mean, obviously, hats off to you again, Daz, for working with the younger generation. But I'm just about next week. I turn 42. The world that I lived in when I was 20 doesn't exist anymore, man. Times have changed in that short period of time. So giving these younger generation the time to speak and to tell you what it's like growing up now around social media and the pressures of being a teenager now. I think, yeah, man, it's important for people like, and say people like us over these, we don't, obviously, none of us are perfect and got anything right. We all make mistakes. We learn from it. It's how you move forward.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's me anyway. It's been a pleasure meeting you guys, and yeah, I'd like to jump on again, chat with you again sometime.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Man. Daz, how was your cigar, my brother?
Really nice, man. I like those Winston Churchills. I like, you know, guys from the States, like, absolutely love the States. Misses from the States, but also, you know, probably from England, despite all the shit that you see, what goes on in the news, and it works the same, like, both ways. You know, my missus is over here, we go to the pub for a pint, and people are like, oh, well, you know, what's going on in the States? And you go over the States and like, oh, you know, what's going on in England? And it's all just like media spin, man. You sit down with anyone from the States, or you sit down with anyone from the UK who's a good, genuine person, and it's never any of the shit that you see is going on. It's just a snapshot of what they try and put across to you to make you believe that this is what's happening everywhere. But you know, me and Ben have had this conversation a few times. I've got a daughter, like Ben's got daughters, so working with boys is like alien. Like, you know, I haven't got a lad, but they do need something. And I love what you said there, guys, that like, you know, younger generation could jump on here. One of the things I've like never really brought into, or at least I haven't brought into from my 20s onwards, is that like men don't talk. I get why people say that, but if you create the space, we've been on like 2 hours and fucking 38 minutes. And we've just chatted like six guys on a call. You create the right space, like men will talk about everything and anything. You've just got to create that right environment where it feels comfortable to do that. And like you say, Gumpy, that confidentiality is a big one. But if you just create that right space, and not package it as like, it doesn't need to be, everything doesn't need to be packaged as like a mental health group. It's like, you talk about mental health and the things affecting mental health in everyday conversations if you're in that right environment. And it's just creating that space, man. Create that right space. And if you're not, I've always said this, like, that a lot of guys aren't in that space. And if you're not in a space where you can offload and talk to the people around you, then you need to seek it out, because it's not going to come like knocking on your door. Nobody's going to knock on your door and go, come on, man, you know, I know you need to talk about this. You've actively got to go and seek it out, and you've got to seek out a cigar group, or you've got to seek out a football or soccer group, or whatever it might be, whatever your interests are, but you'll find it. Right. You've got to seek it out. No one is going to come looking for you. You have got to actually go and look for that network, and you'll find it. You know, there's no doubt about it that religious or not, like seek and he shall find. Like there's no doubt about it that if you're looking for it, you'll find it. Thoroughly enjoyed being on tonight. Great to hear the guys from the States and stuff, and obviously great to connect with Paul, Ben, and Gaz, who I know really well anyway. But like, absolute pleasure, and really appreciate you having us.
Yep, Paul, how have you found being on with us tonight?
It's been good, really good. I'm a big advocate. Obviously, we have to kind of blend with both. We've got the technology that's giving us this amazing opportunity now to. We've got America here, we've got the UK here, and we all be together. But big advocate for obviously what we do with the cigars and getting together, getting in nature, and I mean actually this human contact that we need as well. So it's been good. Left me with lots of questions for tomorrow night as well, and around with the cigars. But yeah, thank you very much, guys.
You're more than welcome. And this has been the thing. It's like having a great different conversation and getting together, and it gives you things to then think of when you're sitting in a group, and different things to bring to the table and different things. But for me, thank you to everyone there on Instagram who's been watching. Thank you to the new followers on Instagram. Thank you to everyone that's been watching there on rumble.com. We really appreciate you watching us tonight, so thank you. But from me, as I always say, stay smoky, and thank you for watching. Matthew?
Listen, don't start none, won't be none. Grump.
I love y'all. Abba Father loves you too. But if he's not driving your bus in 2026, you better swap places with him, because we fixing to hit some potholes. You ain't going to be driving. Catch me later. Appreciate it, guys.
Awesome.
Keep it up.
Yep. And of course, we will be live. We will be live next week at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, and of course midnight in the UK. So make sure to come and check us out next week. We never know what we're doing. We may have a guest. We may get down a rabbit hole. I might get pissed on the podcast and have an argument with Matthew about not having a beard because he looks like Peter Kay. But I still love the brother. Fuck you too, my brother. But yeah, we'll be live next week. Grumpy, shut up and sit in your fucking corner, you old fool. You know I love you.
Hey.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just up here,
Hit the damn button.
Just up here sitting in my corner. I'm hitting the button. But Daz, Paul, Ben, if you want to stay after, because we always
Take care, guys.
stay after for 10 minutes. But we'll catch you soon. See you later.
Yeah,
Thank you.
In a world of smoking stories where the good times flow, there's a podcast rolling, putting on a show. The three amigos gathered, mic in hand, you see. The Cigar Loons are calling, wild and fancy free. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew ever thoughtful with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. From humble beginnings, just a thought, a spark. Now they're lighting up the airwaves, leaving their mark. They talk of life and laughter and the cigars they hold dear, dispelling all the worries, banishing all fear. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew ever thoughtful with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. Through debates and discussions, they always find a way to make you feel at home at the close of every day, with tales from their adventures and insights sharp and keen. The Cigar Loons are truly quite the listening scene. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew ever thoughtful with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out their podcast dream. So light up your stogie, settle in and hear. The Cigar Loons are talking, bringing joy to your ear. Gaz, Grumpy, and Matthew, a perfect smoky blend. Tune into the Loons until the very end.